We are starting it off near the feudal age. By the time this hits YouTube, you will have already seen the Poles versus Lithuanians game that was on Arena. And in that upload where I talked about Poles and Lithuanians and a bunch of other stuff, I did mention how Shades is a player who doesn't really love to play Arena. RMQ loves the craziness. He loves to make it messy. And I think Shades has been trying to branch out a little bit. And if he's anything like me, he probably needs to improve a little bit more in Arena. And the only way to do that is make it crazy. So we have Spanish, not a bad civ at all for Arena, but not necessarily the best, against Portuguese. And I would give you the exact same prediction or explanation, I think, for Portuguese. Not the best, but not the worst. And here comes Shades. Now, do you see that tree? I think we might see a tree hop. I do not know what's going to happen in this game, but map script is awful if this actually works. Straggler trees can be chopped and then palisaded. So if you chop a tree, let's say this tree, and then you place a farm over it or any building, it will allow you to build over it. And so you can essentially erase the tree. Here comes Shades. And initially, I could tell by the palisade, which if you remind me, I can explain at the end of the game, he was going to go here. Now he's going here. And what is that tower? Wait, what? I'm so sorry, guys. I got so excited. What? See, the thing is, tower rushing on Arena is a thing, but I just do not understand why you would tower this far back. All right, so what he's going to do is he's going to surprise the opponent. He's not going to try and chop the tree, and he's not going to try and do what I think would be awesome. And truthfully, it might not work. And he's going to gate in front of RMQ's gate, because RMQ's like, wait a second, what is happening? And RMQ is sending everything. Well, this is a little bit more hectic than the whole tree situation, guys. What on earth is this? RMQ is in Dark Age, and he knows that a Feudal Age Tower Rush has some potential, and Shades has somehow walled the whole thing in. This is top 100 ELO, by the way. These guys are really good at the game. They're 2K1. It's not like these guys are low ELO legends. And after all of that, Shades still did not wall this side. And I guess our MQ's thought process is, if I go up to Feudal Age, my TC's idle as I create more vills. And I'm probably going to lose some if I do this. So why don't I just, send the boys and girls and create more vills and stay in Dark Age. I imagine if you're Shades, you're starting to feel a little desperate on this position right now. But wait, is that another tower? Whoa, I didn't even see that. Wait a second. Now the gate's open. Oh, God. Oh, God. You've got to lock the gate. Oh, God. Now she's standing in the gate. Now that tower goes down. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, very hard to cast. The Eco KD is 2-0, so Shades has killed some villagers at least. But I guess the push is stopped, question mark. Got a villager still opening the gate. That's got to hurt his head. I've never held a gate open with a head before. It's probably got to be a lot of excess pressure on the good neck region. They've got another gate out there, but he's experienced gator. Now she's trying to top the tree. This is what I was talking about earlier. Okay, never mind. Oh my God! Holy crap, these quick walls, though. Peak Age of Empires, people. Peak. What just happened? 4-1 Eco KD, and RMQ's still in target. RMQ still has cows he hasn't eaten yet. Was that successful? Or I don't know. Okay, these villagers are going home, and Shades is like, well, you know what? Let's just send more. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Forgive me. When I said these villagers were going home, their new home is at RMQ's base, because we have another tower going up for Shades. And so, yeah, sometimes if you're an Arena player and you don't really understand the whole mid-game Castle Age thing, going nuts with crazy aggression to try and break into their base is the best way you can do it. In my experience, no offense to my audience, but a lot of the players who play Arena, they play Arena to be safe from that aggression. So, like, they're not usually the fastest players. They're not usually the best at adapting because they're just thinking about Castle Age. So, for our MQ, like, he feels the need to go for this crazy response. And I don't know if it's been the best response yet. The Vill count's going to be pretty even. But it seems to me like, at the very least, as he's now attacking the outpost for some reason, he needs to make his own towers. Because what he did do is he delayed the towers from pushing through. There he attacks the tower. The tower gets deleted. Shades goes back into the tower. He doesn't go back into the tower. Now we've got a gate. Now we've got a house. Now we've got a gate. Now we've got a house. Now we've got a palisade. Now we don't have a tower yet. There's this weird bug every time I cast the Portuguese where it doesn't show their proper uptime, so forgive me. There we go. Now Oremku is here. And so this is absolutely ridiculous. I say all the time. I love casting Arena. I don't so much prefer to play in this. It's not so funny when you're on the other side, but we've got double tower for our Oremku. And remember, Shades doesn't really know where the resources are in here. He has broken in, but he's just going to continue to make towers. And eventually what you want to do with both these civs is you want a castle. So going on the stone isn't the worst. Our Oremku figures that he will probably need a tower over here soon, but berries are pretty much finished. And Shades is just going to continue this. And remember, this is dangerous against Spanish because Spanish build faster. So their towers go up awfully quick. But there's so many villas building, and there's so few villagers actually collecting resources. Actually, that tower could range the villagers underneath the TC on the food. It really sucks you've got to abandon some of that food there. Okay, Oremku is really freaking out about this, as he should. The Shades makes an outpost. And now Oremku's just going to make his own tower. And Shades didn't have the stone for another one yet. So I guess for Shades, you've got to start thinking maybe about going Castle Age. This is just so funny. He could have chopped the tree, people. I think the map scripters, while there shouldn't be a tree there, I think the map scripters made it so you can't chop through trees to hop through Arena. I think it's treated as a different type of tree. I'm trying to see, though. I don't know, man. There used to be a way to tell years ago by the HP on the tree. You see how it says 20 HP for the tree? Back in the day, if it was 30 HP on a tree, you could palisade it. Like, these are 20 HP and you could palisade it. So don't ask me. Shades, though, is not going to be very happy to know that Oremku is on the way to Castle Age. And Oremku just wants to turn this into a crazy, aggressive castle drop game. Oremku has one farm, and there's not even anyone manning the farm. Yeah, it also used to say forestry, dadgum. You're actually correct. But they all say forest trees now. So I'm not sure if there's any difference now. Okay. Oremku sees this. Oremku doesn't have the stone for a castle yet. And he's deleting his own walls so we can rush down this tower. Yeah, Shades, this is a little ambitious. This is a teensy bit ambitious. I do not see this tower staying up for you. But you are forcing the Portuguese player to put stone into a tower and not stone into a castle. So that's a positive. Okay, like now you have the tower go up. Now you have villas on the tower. Plus, Castle Age towers have more HP. So this is just give up territory for Shades in that tower. As now Shades is going to go home. Okay. Don't know if you noticed this, but the scout that is here from Shades may have noticed this. I believe this is actually auto scout, but the villagers have been walking over here. And yeah, that's not auto scout anymore. And now Oremku wants to drop a castle on Shades' face. And Shades is like, no. No, I will not let this happen. I must deny this. Does he have a market? He does. He buys a tower. So what you need to do here is, is you need to drop a tower, but you also need to stop these villagers from building. What is this clownery, man? I actually think that's a bad tower. Actually, I always misjudge towers. Maybe it's fine. But I'm not sure if that tower will hit all the vills. And now that works. And this is buying Shades time. So Shades is able to go up to Castle Age. But it's a zoo. It's a trap. Oh, please tell me that gate does not open. Sometimes after a gate's completed, it will open because... Oh, no! That could have been play of the year right there. Oh, God. So what happens is basically the villager on the outside of the gate they automatically want to build the next thing. And you can never set a gate to locked status while you're building it. So since there were other buildings, she ran this way ever so slightly and opened the gate. And now the vills are on the move. And now Oremku's like, well, what the crap do I do? And it looks like he like sold some of his stone. I don't even know. Oh, no, he's making the castle here. Okay. So he makes the castle here. Still doesn't have any farming eco, because who needs food? And he wants to make organ guns. Now, for Shades, you've got to be a little paranoid that the castle is going to go down at your base, but you probably see this now. So you're going to lose all your towers. And now, organ guns are tricky because organ guns are a siege unit. And in order to convert siege, you need redemption. And redemption costs a lot of gold. And monks cost a lot of gold. So what is Shades going to do? Shades is going to put a lot on gold. And Shades is just embracing the arena way of life. I played RMQ last week. It was on Gold Rush. And I started to play low eco. I had like 6 farms, which for me is low eco as I'm making manga dye. And I told him, this hurts. How do I do this? And he said to me, embrace it. Embrace it, okay? Be one with the low eco. Embrace and accept the low eco, and it will accept you. I guess that's what Shade is doing. I mean, he seems to understand how RMQ plays at least. And organ guns, as much as Viper pumps them up to be the bee's knees, and they're really not, they can be really strong if you get a mass. So here he comes with organ guns. And he's also got this monk out in the middle going to collect all the relics, which is really smart. Now, we've got a few more farmers for our MQ. He doesn't have really enough to produce villagers all the time. But he's got more on stone. He's got vills on wood. He's got vills on gold. So the whole thought process is organ guns. As we have monks for Shades. And Shades is correct in assuming that this is going to be the play. So I don't remember the exact cost, but it's 460? I think 460 or 480 gold to get redemption, and then 100 gold for a monk. And now, now these two monks are going to race for the relic, and he yoinks it, and he's like, I'm out of here. Now, how much do you want to bet we see Atonement come in? I would immediately try and research Atonement. Yeah. Atonement means you can convert enemy monks, but Atonement takes a solid 30 seconds, so there goes the monk, and he's going to try and take it back home because he realizes what's happening now. Now, Portuguese monks are actually cheaper. So I think Shades is going to try and block this monk. Watch this. My relic. Yeah, my relic. And now he's going to convert with the back one. Yeah, this is so good from Shades. This is so good. Get the monk. Get the monk. Oh, he deletes him. He deletes him. And now the tower's there. And now the monk gets killed by the tower. And Shades is like, crap, man. That's not what was supposed to happen here. I want that relic. Now, the thing is, Portuguese are actually really good at switching into their own monks, as another monk goes down to the tower. Wow. Yeah, Portuguese monks are nutty. They're only 80 gold, as opposed to 100. And so you're saving a lot of gold to be able to then get your monk upgrades. And I think Aremku is somehow, with all the market abuse, he just sold 600 stone so he could buy food. I think he's somehow going to fast imp this. Because he assumes that the opponent has lower eco, which is somewhat true. And he knows that the opponent will have more monks, which is definitely true. And the only way to have more monks, or push those monks, is go imp. This video is what will be played for future generations in the Clown College. We have our YouTube description right there, if we remember that. Okay, so it's important to note that you cannot convert monasteries with redemption. You can convert every other building except for a castle and a crepost, I think, and maybe a tower. But what you can't convert is a monastery. As we see Shades try his best to get this relic, he actually is healing. See that? He's healing the monk as it's being shot. Very smart. Teamwork. You can't get the relics out of here unless you make siege if you're Shades. Sorry, that's a tongue twister. Siege if you're Shade. Siege if you're Shade. I can't do it. And now Shades, a little late to the imp party, is like, oh yeah. I'm so used to playing Arabia. I need to use the market and go imp. And honestly, this is a really good decision. Because you go fast imp, and then you can protect your trebs with the castle. And Aremku won't see that unless he makes his own treb. But Aremku is trying to switch into crossbow. Which is a little iffy here, right? I mean, the crossbows themselves cost wood and gold like an organ gun. But you need the food eco to get Arbalest. You need the food eco for a lot of the upgrades. Okay, you can't convert wonders. You can't convert walls. There's other things too. My bad, my bad. But I think you guys understand. But I just appreciate the fact that Shades, an open map player, has decided to play into monks here. And we haven't even talked about Inquisition yet from Spanish. Now, that's a little pricey on food. But if you get Inquisition, and here it is, the min-max conversion time is reduced. So it feels like you convert twice as fast, basically. Easy way to explain it is a conversion has a minimum time and a maximum time. It is somewhat random, and people complain about that all the time. And so that time is reduced. And so if you imagine that fast conversion, which is typically like enough for people to complain, it can be even faster than that. And here Shade says stop cheating, which is funny because he's just like, how is this guy going imp? And now Aremku, with his low eco imp, is adding Feitorias. Feitorias, 250 stone, 250 gold, but they give you a trickle of all resources. And they do take away some pop space from you. They also take up 20 pop space. But if you only have 41 working pop, maybe going fast imp into Feitorias isn't necessarily a bad thing. I mean, Shades has 47 villagers. So if it's 37 villas versus 47, but the 37 villager guy has 3 Feitorias, the Feitorias are actually the perfect play here. I'm getting excited about this one, as Aremku still does not know what is out here. Now he's going to assume it's monks, as he's going to make 4 Feitorias. Okay, that's a little... I think that's a little excessive, but, you know, we'll see if he can hold. Now, recent change with Feitorias is they only have 2,700 HP. They used to have the HP of a castle, so, you know, it is a little trickier to keep them up. This one is a little forward. I love the conversation between these two. Shade says, that's not fair, and Aremku says, have to agree. What a sick response. What a witty response. Anyways, all in from Shades here as he's going to try and push, and I think he's going to be surprised to see the crossbows. You can actually convert Feitorias. That does work. It's good we brought that up. And yeah, you've got monks that now have 12 range with block printing, and they convert super duper fast against a crossbow that's got 7 range. There's no world where this should ever work for Aremku, unless maybe his treb's a little more effective. Or he can just make a lot of units. That's got to be the key here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The monks go after the villager. The monks don't get the villager, but the treb's moving forward. More trebs on the way. And Shade is playing this perfectly. Now, the resources are looking incredible for Aremku. As he's thinking, maybe with all that food, I could go for light cav here. So you have to put all your stone into repairing this, I believe. You go for your own trebs to take out the enemy trebs. And then you have to hold on for as long as possible. If you can get something like 20 light cav, you can win this game if you're Aremku. Now remember, the population is deceiving because the Feitorias give you pop space. So subtract 80 pop from that population, and that's the actual population for the Portuguese player. And so far, the trebs are doing a good job for Shades. There's not enough villagers here repairing. Castle will go down, and now the monks can advance forward. Now the monks don't have to hesitate here. I think you have to leave with your trebs. Maybe. This is tricky. Now, to convert a treb, you have to be standing right next to it. The villagers are not about to let that happen. But I mean, one treb went down to Shade's trebs. Now we have the crossbows. And let's see if Shades can monk micro here. Right now, he's clicking all of his monks on one in the group. You'll see the good monk players. They'll split up their conversions. Monks are the hardest thing to use in the game. And somehow Aremku is holding this. He's sniping monks. Lycav is in. And this could actually turn around and Aremku could hold here. Retreating are the monks. That was probably some of the worst monk micro I've ever seen in my life. He got like 4 conversions there with 15 monks. But, you know, again, it's Shades doing what he knows is strong. If the roles were reversed, I think Aremku would probably push. But now Shades is like, well, crap. Now what? And now you look back at your eco, and now you just feel really, really bad for your situation. Oh my god, he converted a Feitoria. What? Wait, what? Hold on. I normally don't want to rewind in these games, but he converted a Feitoria. How did he convert a Feitoria over converting the crossbows? Hold on. Back up, back up, back up, back up. Holy, he's had that for a while, huh? Okay, we're going to go back super fast, and we're not going to edit this in later. We don't need to give Hardy extra work. Oh, that one hero monk just waltzed right in there, and he said, I want that. Mine. That's really funny. It's very rare that you get to see a Feitoria converted. Anyways, you get to watch the disaster that is Shade's Monk Micro. Right, he's only like 20 or 21. He's got time. And now we look at the situation, and we'll go normal speed. And the Feitoria has to be destroyed. But I think our Mku's in the better position now. Let me see what vision the Feitoria has for red. Okay, that's a lot of vision. Not bad. And Shade says no. That's the no taunt. It's mine. I love these two players because they chat so much. Every time I play them, it's just so much fun. Win or lose, you know? It's all about having fun. And now I think he realizes he's not going to be able to save the Feitoria. And Aremku said, yeah, as in, yeah, I'm going to take that out. And I just think all the snowball's been lost. Yes, there's still 18 monks. And you could get 18 conversions in theory, and it could be very good. But you have to be near perfect, and even if it's near perfect, everything gets wiped. The crossbows have done damage. They've had Bracer this whole time. The light cav have done damage, and Shades is forced to tap out here. What a chaotic, crazy game that was. I don't even know how to describe that one. Shades, the player who does not come from a clown background, tried to embrace the clownery, and I think it's easy to look at that fight where he lost all of his monks and say that's bad, but it's not so easy to make it good, if that makes sense. Like, clearly, you know, just doesn't have as much experience with it. But you know what was so epic about this game? That falling back to Feitorias with a fast imp won it. And maybe that's even been underrated in my commentary here. The guy went fast imp with worse eco, and he fixed the problem with Feitoria. And he didn't need farms because Feitoria gives you food. He didn't need that. He just went to stone, he went to gold, he built Feitorias, and then he had all of his resources coming in. And if he did not do that, if he did not go for the Feitorias, he would not have been able to make light cav. He would not have had the food for Arbalest. Or not, well, he didn't have the food for Arbalest, sorry. But he wouldn't have had the food for Bracer. GG, WC, GG, well clowned. Indeed, that was a really fun game. I am a big fan of players who go for out-of-the-box strategies. I think you're going to be seeing a lot more RMQ on the channel. I hope you're okay with that. Shades as well. He doesn't necessarily play out-of-the-box all the time, but he's very active right now. These are both like younger players, close to, if not in the top 100, depending on the day, and I think they bring enjoyment or enjoyable experiences to age. Let's look at the timeline, shall we? How does that make any sense? With how late that feudal age time is, how does that make any sense? Only arena, man. I don't like to play it. In fact, when I get clowned, it is downright unenjoyable. But I will tell you, it can produce some crazy, crazy games. Also, it's just the players that play there. I think that they just have a certain mindset. What we don't see here is the big population increase with Feitorias. They need to somehow come up with a way to scale the Feitoria impact into the timeline. But either way, Feitoria's made an impact, which is why this dark blue, that military, was able to rise. You look at the KD and conversions, we had 55 to 12 KD, and we only had 17 conversions for Shades, which I think, out of a multi-use unit, I think that's pretty bad. Monks are about getting conversions, staying alive for the next conversion. He had a lot of monks in that game. In fact, did it tell us? Hold on. Did it tell us? He had 41 monks in that game. Oh, God, that's even worse than I thought. So, yeah, he needed to have more conversions to make an impact. He did do the right thing with the wood and the gold. I think the build was correct. Even getting Inquisition was correct. He just lacked the execution there. Now, I really wonder how much of this food was brought in from those Feitorias. I think that maybe a third of that food, at least, was brought in from the Feitorias. And maybe the same with these other resources for our MQ. But woo! Nutty, nutty, nutty one. Like, have we ever seen Feitorias save a game before? Besides on islands in Hidden Cup from the Admiral. I don't know if I've ever seen Feitoria be a fallback to winning a game on a lands map, truthfully. And it's actually getting me more excited about this. I can't think of another instance. I've thought of people in community games making Feitorias and just sitting there and waiting for the resources to go up. But I haven't really... Yeah, I haven't really remembered an instance where there was an immediate impact and an immediate change where Feitoria's won the game. And I think that might be the first one I've seen in... How long has it been? 6 years? 7 years? Something like that. That's nuts.